gang, I do have a Monday editorial for you this morning, and it goes to social media, or comes from social media. It's a comment made by a police officer. Now, I want to get all of your comments below on how you feel about police officers or anybody in any job, teachers, nurses, doctors, who do certain Facebook status posts in their off time. Are they really allowed, or are they still representing their occupation? I don't know. I feel if you're in your off time, it's your off time, dude. But I don't know. This came back on this guy hard. I don't know that I would make this comment, though, that he was alleged to have made. Now, again, I want to get your comments below. I'm going to put a link to this story in the description box below. But social media, I don't know, and it's reference Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's just go into it. A Facebook post by a Louisiana police officer suggesting that Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez needs a round drew criticism on Sunday from officials in the city where he works. The officer, Charlie Rispoli, a 14-year veteran of the police department in Gretna, Louisiana, referred to Miss Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat of New York, in a post on Thursday as this vile idiot. The post continued saying she needs a round, and I don't mean the kind she used to serve, a reference to her past work as a bartender, according to a screenshot of his comment obtained by NOLA.com, which covers New Orleans. Now, come on, I know we're not mind readers and we can't say, well, I know what you meant. Because some people will go, especially the bootlickers, will say, well, you don't know what he meant. Come on. Well, I don't think he meant a round of tennis. And he says, I don't mean the kind she used to serve. He's not talking about a round like a shot, a bartend, in a bar. We know what he's talking about. He's a cop. Rounds. We know what rounds are, right? He was responding to a post by the satirical website TatersGonnaTate.com with the headline, Ocasio-Cortez on the budget, we pay soldiers too much. Now, Wayne Rao, a city councilman and the mayor pro tem of Gretna, a city of about 18,000 people across the Mississippi River from New Orleans, condemned Officer Rispoli's post in an interview on Sunday. By the way, I think she's an idiot for saying we pay servicemen or soldiers too much. That's an idiotic statement in itself, but I wouldn't have made that comment that he was alleged to have made. But moving on, Wayne Rao says, quote, I'm pretty appalled by it. I don't think this is a representation of the police department of the city of Gretna. Asked whether Officer Rispoli's Facebook post was a threat, he said, I'm not sure how to take that post. He said it should be up to the city's police chief, Arthur Lawson, to decide on any disciplinary or criminal action. In addition, now, if one of us who weren't cops made that, would he still say that? Oh, that's a good question. In addition to Mr. Rao, there are 4 other members on the Gretna City Council. 3 were not immediately available for comment on Sunday. The 4th, Jackie Berthelot, directed questions to the police department. Efforts on Sunday to reach Officer Rispoli, who appeared to have deactivated his Facebook account, he's about to get a bunch of hate, were unsuccessful. Corbin Trent, a spokesman for Miss Ocasio-Cortez, declined to comment. So nobody's talking on this except for Wayne Rao, the councilman. But Chief Lawson, who's an elected official, did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Sunday. He's elected. He's not even appointed. The chief told NOLA.com that he was disturbed by the post. He said, quote, I will tell you this will not go unchecked. I'm not going to take this lightly, and this will be dealt with on our end. Yeah, okay. Bad baby. It's not something we want someone that's affiliated with our department to make these types of statements. That's not going to happen. The chief told the website on Friday that the post appeared to violate the department's social media policy, but that he did not think it rose to the level of being a threat. You need a round, and I'm not talking about drinks, buddy, but that's not a threat. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is free speech. You free speech guys, let me know. Miss Ocasio-Cortez is part of the quartet. That's what I thought. Of the first-year Democrats in the House known as the Squad. The Squad. They're in Washington, D.C. Who have received death threats and were told by President Trump to go back where you came from in a racially charged post on Twitter. I'm still questioning if that was actually racial or not, just because he said to go back to, I don't know. Belinda Constant, I want to hear from you guys on that. Belinda Constant, the mayor of Gretna, said on Sunday that she had been out of the state and was not immediately prepared to comment. She said, quote, I will be looking into the situation. I'm looking. Eva Malecki, by the way, Mrs. Constant is a Democrat. Eva Malecki, a spokeswoman for the United States Capitol Police, declined to say whether the agency was investigating. She said, quote, the mission of the United States Capitol Police is to protect and serve Congress. However, we do not discuss how we carry out our protective responsibilities. The four congresswomen, who are also subject of a recent Facebook post by a Republican County Chairman's Association of Illinois, which depicted them in a mock movie poster that referred to them as the Jihad Squad. That's so racist right there. Political jihad is their game, said the post, which was published on Friday and later deleted. If you don't agree with their socialist ideology, you're racist. No, that's racist. Jihad Squad because they're Muslim. Come on. Not every Muslim is part of a jihad. Let's get that right. It showed Representatives Ilhan Omar of Minnesota and Ayanna S. Presley of Massachusetts brandishing guns. On Sunday night, the state's Republican Party chairman, Tim Schneider, issued a statement disavowing the post, which he said did not reflect the party's values. Mr. Schneider said, quote, bigoted rhetoric greatly distracts from legitimate and important policy debates and further divides our nation. It does. I urge everyone who opposes them to keep the rhetoric focused on policy and ideology. Now, satire is okay. It's free speech. I get it. But when you're a politician or when you're in a position of government, I don't know. Unless you're in your off time. Now, look, if you're off, that's fine, but don't represent your occupation or your governmental position or anything of that nature to put the post, because then now you've tied the two together. You know what I mean? I have a job. I have a full-time job. But what I do here, my journalism and my activism is a totally separate life, so to speak. I don't mix the two. I don't represent my job. That's something separate. Helping people, giving people a leg up is what I do. Here, that's what I'm still trying to do, is give back to my community in a way that keeps everyone accountable who are in a public position, a public official, a law enforcement officer. I'm just trying to keep them accountable and transparent. Because there are people in our community that maybe don't know the law or don't know their rights, and so they're able to be bullied or pushed around by law enforcement or public officials because they just don't know better. And so looking at this Facebook post here, this officer, Charlie Rispoli, he says allegedly he made a statement on Facebook. Well, they screenshotted his comment that said, she needs a round. And I'm not talking about the kind she used to serve. How many times has this guy made comments to people on the street? How many times has this guy said, maybe they've arrested a couple black or Hispanic individuals and he thought, I wonder what gang they're a part of. Maybe he said something like that. That's just a theory, but it's a theory that's kind of based on, he made a comment here. Called her a vile idiot. Well, I don't know. She is kind of an idiot for some of the things she says, but I don't know that I would have made that comment. And how many times, again, has this guy violated anybody's rights on the street? He's got kind of an attitude. He's got kind of a I can say what I want attitude. I mean, she needs a round, and I don't mean the kind she used to serve. That's not a comment that a public servant, a law enforcement officer, should be making. I don't believe. I don't know. I'm rambling now, but I want to get your guys' comments on that, what I've said. Let me know below what you think about this story or what I've said. News Now Ukaipa letting you know what's going on across your nation. Gretna, Louisiana is probably going to let this guy go on and continue making comments and violating people's rights. What do you think about it? Have a great day. Have a great week. It's Monday. Blah. And I will be talking to you later.